Good afternoon, young people. Hi, I'm Major Wayne Atkins from the Broward Sheriff's Office in the Pompano Beach District here, and I'm here to read a book to you all today called Somebody Cares. So let's get started. Somebody Cares, a guide to kids who have experienced neglect. There were times I felt good about being me. I did a lot on my own. I told myself, I'm big. I can take care of myself. But that's not how I felt all of the time. Lots of times I needed help and there was no hope. Sometimes it was because there was no one there. Sometimes it was because everyone was too busy to notice. Sometimes it was because of other problems, the kind I didn't like to think about. Sometimes I thought everyone forgot about me. And sometimes I thought it was because I was bad. I tried to be strong and brave, but often I was worried and scared. I tried to do the best with what I had, but sometimes I needed more. Sometimes I had too much to do. A lot of times I was bored and had nothing to do. I felt lonely and sad. I wanted to have friends, but I didn't. Sometimes I pretended to have an imaginary friend who went everywhere with me. Sometimes I didn't want to be in school. I worried about Mom. The schoolwork was hard for me. The kids teased me, and a lot of times I forgot my homework. But sometimes I wanted to stay at school and not go home.
Some days, everything went wrong. I got frustrated and angry. Sometimes I got in trouble. My teacher asked me, "Is everything okay at home?" I didn't know what she meant. I didn't know what to say. The lady from across the street asked me if I needed help, but I felt I had to keep things to myself, or else my mom might get mad. I thought this was the way it would be forever. Then something happened and things changed. A grown-up called a social worker came to see me. I was worried I was in trouble and would get punished. But the social worker told me I wasn't in trouble. She talked to me. She talked to my mother. She explained that she and my mother had worked some important things out. There was a plan. Lots of things had to change. There were things my mother needed to do to make things better. She had to go to meetings to take care of some of her problems, take some special classes to learn things, and clean and fix up the house. There were other things too. All of these things would take time. The social worker had also explained some things that I needed to do. Some of them I would like, and some would take getting used to. I would also meet with someone every week. The social worker explained that this person was called a psychologist or a therapist. She said that a psychologist and therapist understand a lot about kids.
We played and drew pictures. I talked about my feelings. I had so many, and sometimes they were all confused. I heard that lots of kids who had to look after themselves felt the same way. I learned that I was not to blame for the things that happened in my family. I had done a good job taking care of so many things myself, but all the children need to be taken care of by grown-ups. My therapist explained that when kids are left to look after themselves, it's too much for them to handle. Their bodies act as if they were in danger or something very bad was going to happen to them. After bad and scary things happen, it's natural for our brains and muscles and other parts of our bodies to keep acting like the danger is still there, even when it's not. And that means our bodies are always ready to fight and run away from things or freeze in place, blocking out our thoughts and feelings. I learned that there's a special name for this called fight, flight, or freeze response. My therapist explained that's one of the reasons why kids like me sometimes have problems playing nicely, contracting in school, and doing other things they need to do.
My therapist talked to me about letting grown-ups like my teacher, my neighbor, my grandmother, my family's social worker, and the school nurse would know how I needed help. We made a very special own safety plan. The safety plan is talk to my teacher, talk to my family's social worker, talk to my neighbor, talk to my grandmother, talk to my school nurse, and call this emergency number. My therapist also taught me some things to do to feel better when I get scared, sad, or angry. It was a feel-good plan. Deep breathing, muscle relaxation, calming images, kids group, and after-school activities. I practice deep breathing as soon as I get nervous or afraid. First, I take a long, deep breath through my nose, feeling my tummy rise as I breathe in. I like to pretend I'm getting ready to blow soap bubbles. Then I hold my breath for a second or two. Then, in one long, slow breath, I blow the air out through my mouth, just like I'm blowing a rainbow of bubbles across the room. I can repeat this as often as I need until my body feels like it's more relaxed. I also practice relaxing my muscles until I feel as floppy as an old stuffed bunny. I start out tightening my muscles in my feet, curling my toes. I count to 10 and then relax those muscles. Next, I tighten my muscles in my lower legs, count to 10, and relax. I keep doing this with all the muscles in my body. And last of all, it is the part that I like the best. I get to look silly. I tighten and then relax the muscles around my mouth, nose, and eyes. I do this until my whole body feels relaxed.
I then picture a peaceful and quiet place in my mind. This helps me to get comfortable in a chair or a bed. Close my eyes and imagine I'm floating on my back or in a soft cloud in a blue sky on a quiet summer day. I drift for a while, warmed by the sun, swaying slowly in the breeze before my cloud gently lowers me back down to earth. We also talked about joining special kids groups at school. This helped me to make friends. We talked about starting some new fun activities, like joining a soccer team, or maybe even a choir. I'm still getting used to some of the new changes that I have, like new rules, new chores, new food, and new people, but I'm beginning to feel better. It feels good having grown-ups who take care of you. It feels good to know that there's help when you need it. It feels good to feel liked. It feels good to be going to school and doing fun activities. It feels good just being a kid. The end. Again, I'm Deputy Moore with the Broward Sheriff's Office, Pompano Beach District. And this concludes the reading of Somebody Cares. I hope you enjoy my reading.